Well, Ridham Desai of Morgan Stanley has been writing updates about what's happening as far as the Indian economy and the overall space for the COVID cases is concerned. So when the cases were rising, they started this sort of an update. And this time around, it's an interesting update which is coming from Ridham Desai. Now, Ridham Desai very clearly points out that according to them, all the parameters that are pointing out towards the cases, the deaths, the recovery, the number of shortages for beds, for medicines are all pointing out that things are looking in as far as the peak of this COVID second wave has happened as far as India is goes. So they do not expect that to happen. However, there are three things to watch out for. What happens as far as these cases are concerned? Do they tend to research again? They do not believe it will happen. Vaccination pace has gone down, or the pace at which vaccination was being done, or the way it was being expected to be implemented is something which has not happened in that manner. So that is something which also they would look forward to as to what happens on that front. And then, of course, what happens as far as the going ahead space for opening up of various mini lockdowns, as they have called it earlier, that different states are putting out. That is something which they would watch out for. But talking about the entire space, they are saying that testing activity continues to be high. Vaccine, in terms of the news flow, the sort of way it is moving ahead, seems to be on the positive side. Yes, there have been some logistical challenges, some production challenges, but they believe that going ahead, that is something which will, improve itself going ahead, or things will become smoother than what it was earlier anticipated. The most interesting thing that they are writing out is about the economy. So April, of course, you started to see these mini lockdowns coming in from various states where there was some sort of resurgence that happened. There were some mini lockdowns, state lockdowns, gatherings were not allowed to happen, but that they believe is something which will now start to open up. So they would look forward to as to what is happening as far as this reopen is concerned, and that's what they are telling their clients. Now they are also pointing out that this time around the economic damage is not that high. Why so? Because it's not a very strict lockdown. You have a production as well as a lot of other essential items which are particularly open. So last time around it was extremely strict. It was difficult to classify. Production was shut. Labor was not there. But this time around such cases do not exist according to them, and that's why the economy is running in decent shape. And as and when things actually tend to open up, the recovery will be much faster than what earlier anticipated, or what we have seen the earlier precedent, which of course was also on the higher side. So the economy, according to them, should start to open up pretty soon. Different states should start to qualify as to whether you can open XYZ, which was not there earlier, or mini lockdowns which were put in. Certain restrictions could start to be implemented, and once it happens, there will be a pent-up demand, and this pent-up demand will be faster than what you have seen earlier, because vaccination drive is happening, cases are coming down, medical is available, and that is one of the key reasons what they are updating their clients about the Indian strategy market, that there are three things to watch out for. Cases should remain lower from here on, opening up should happen across economy, and vaccination has to become.